Okay, I'm here with Legend of Zelda The Windwaker in HD. I'm running this on the CEMU emulator. I'm hoping to use this channel mostly for PC gameplay, and part of that for me has always been, that was odd. Because the A button is on the right. Part of that for me has always been the emulation experience as well as the native PC experience. I have a file here already, but I'm going to start a new one. I have two files apparently. I think one I was using just to test certain shaders. Okay, and I'll just use my keyboard to input my name here. There we are, hit enter. I guess I could have put it on hero mode. I believe they have a hero mode for this, but I don't know. I'll prefer the original experience. Now, I have played this game before, obviously. I played it way back in the day on the GameCube, and I played it even a bit on CEMU. Haven't beat it on CEMU, haven't beat the HD edition. So that'll be new. Yeah, I'd like to play the other Zelda games as well on various emulators. I know there's some good ones for the NES and SNES. Dolphin's very good for GameCube. I would like to play Breath of the Wild as well. But I'd like to do it 1080p 60 frames a second, and I can do 1080p 30 frames a second just fine, but 60 frames not quite attainable yet. However, they are working on a Vulkan backend for CEMU rather than OpenGL, and apparently the performance increase has been very substantial so far. So perhaps when that gets a public stable release, I'll look into doing Breath of the Wild, maybe after Windwaker, but for now I thought this would be a good one. A good one to kind of demonstrate the power of emulation on PC, how far it's come. Obviously, this is a very good looking game, very good game as well, Wind Waker. I'll talk more about it as I get to playing it, but it was one of my favorites as a kid. It perhaps didn't age as well as some other games, but it aged okay. It aged better than something like Twilight Princess, I think. And unfortunately, Wind Waker was a very unfinished game. I think rushed to meet the GameCube release. So it could be a release title along with Luigi's Mansion, some other things. I don't know if it was released exactly like when the GameCube released, but I do remember it was very early on in the GameCube life cycle. So I've been talking over the cutscene here. I guess it's just a habit because I've seen this so often. But the gist of it is that after Ocarina of Time, after Link defeats Ganondorf, he goes off in search of Navi, and the events of Majora's Mask happen. And while he's gone, Ganondorf comes back, lays waste to Hyrule. Apparently Link never returns. So in response to Ganondorf kind of destroying Hyrule, the gods flood Hyrule. And kind of like a Noah's Ark situation. And unfortunately all of old Hyrule is destroyed, but the Hylians are given new life out on the ocean, which the kind of contrast between the new Hyrule and the old Hyrule is kind of the theme of, well, it's one of the themes of Wind Waker. And we'll see very soon that the game takes place in this new flooded Hyrule, and we have this great big empty ocean to explore. And I'm very slightly out of breath from talking that long, but I guess I have a lot to say about this game. It's again, and not a perfect game, but it's one that I like a lot. I've always been a big Zelda fan, so it'll be interesting revisiting this and going through it all in HD. You will notice there will be the occasional slowdown. That's because I don't have a pre-compiled shader cache for this. So when I'm going to a new area for the first time, I'll get a brief slowdown as the shader caches are loaded into the RAM. And but beyond that, everything should perform just fine. I've got a frames per second counter on my end just in case. If things get too bad, I will call it and try doing something else. There's a little bit of screen tearing. Now, you will notice right off the bat, if you've seen Wind Waker HD before, it looks a little different here, because I've actually set the shaders to emulate the GameCube style. Not really emulate, but look like the GameCube style more than the new HD style. There's still a lot of bloom, but the colors are corrected to be a little more faithful to the GameCube edition. That's because the GameCube edition, that was my edition. That's what I grew up on. I prefer it that way. And I say grew up, I mean I was, what was I, like 10 or 11. So it's not like it was Ocarina of Time, which was my first game, which is something I don't remember a time before playing. But it is a childhood game for me, Wind Waker. So I prefer it to look as close to the original as possible. And this, my sister Errol. We're on Errol's lookout right now. I'm not gonna impersonate a little girl here by doing her voice acting. And fortunately, Link doesn't have any voice to impersonate. It's my birthday! I am of indeterminate age. Oh, and in this game, Link has a grandmother. She's very sweet. You'll meet her soon. Thanks, Errol. So I'm gonna resist the temptation to just run through everything as quickly as possible. I'll take the... Okay, I gotta remember that. In the Wii U, which this is emulating, the A button goes on the right. In Canada, milk comes in bags. So this is Outset Island. Maybe I'll go visit all the houses while I'm here. I actually don't remember what's in this house. I know this guy's out here trying to pull the grass out of his lawn. We'll see how he's doing. Ahoy, Dylan. What's that? Today's your birthday. Well, congrats, buddy. Are you that old already? Are you that old? You know, the age we both know. Wow, time just flies right by, doesn't it? You blink and poof, there goes a year. Why, I swear I just cut the grass in the field the other day, but look how tall it's gotten already. Say, Dylan, do you want to try cutting it? You'd be surprised at the things people drop in the grass. It's fun. It's like a treasure hunt. Except you'd need some kind of grass cutting tool. Like a sword. That's just common sense. There's a pig here. Actually, not the sequence break, but I will grab that pig after I checked what's inside. Something on my screen. Ooh, something slimy on my screen. Well, it's gone now. Aha! I have actually no idea what's back here. Ooh, treasure. Hell yeah. Red rupee. That is a pleasant surprise. And I know just what I'm gonna buy with it. I'll show you guys in a little bit. Now, as I make my way to my grandmother's house, I am gonna sneak up on this pig. There's a tutorial for this later on, but I'll just skip that. Grab. There we go. Thought I was gonna lose him. Basically, if you want to grab a pig, you have to sneak up on him. You have to crawl. Little jumping minigame here. Well, not really a minigame, just you go and jump and get those rupees. I'll do that in a second. But I'll show you where I'm bringing this pig. It's a nice little boost for your rupees early on. This guy's gonna yell at me. It's probably gonna make me drop my pig, so I'm gonna give him a wide berth. There we are. Now if I throw this pig in this pen right here, then this lady is very happy with me. Why, did you bring that little piglet all the way here just for me? Oh, thank you so much. I've been thinking of getting a pet pig for a while now. The boys will be so happy when they get home. You sweetie. Okay, Dylan, hold out your hand. That's your reward. Don't spend it all in one place. Another hot red rupee. Why, this little darling is as cute as a button. You know, I wouldn't mind a second one. So, we're gonna do just that. Because there is a second one over here. Oh, kinda missed him. If you do any kind of running or sudden movement while you're beside the pig, it will run away. So it's kind of a balancing act of you want to move toward the pig to grab him, but you don't want to scare him off. It can be a little awkward, but it's not too bad if you realize that your input's probably going to get missed because you're too far away. Why, did you bring me another piglet? Oh, were you all worried that this little guy would get lonely hanging out inside the fence all by himself? That is the sweetest thing I've ever heard. Thank you so much for bringing us yet another family member. He does fit in with his family. Not to say anything uncouth about the state of this absolute unit of a lady. Now I'll go over here, and there's one last pig. And that's what I mean by, you started a little far away from the pig. This nut guy gonna follow me? No, thank God, because he grosses me out. Always has. He's got a little booger hanging out of his nose. Oh wow, look at this one. You sure do know where to find the cutest pigs in the whole Great Sea. Hey oinker, oink oink. Oh, now things will be ever so much more lively in the pen. It'll be like a big pig jamboree in here. Thank you so much. Oh, that's right. I can't let you leave without giving you a present. Happy birthday, Dylan. Thank you. 20 rupees. I am that age after all. Oh, that age. I did not mean to go on this roof, but let's see if I can drop in on this guy. I doubt it. Oh, maybe. Hold on. Do that again, but I'll let go. Ah, not quite. Ahoy, Dylan! Press ZL and talk to me. That's correct, you are a smart one. You, my friend, have just targeted me. You see, when you press ZL, you can target certain objects. I, for one, use it quite often. Aren't you? He's a bit of a megamind. Holy shit. Look at the size of that head. I skipped through that. He's just a tutorial guy. He wants to teach me some stuff. I don't believe there's anything essential there, but I guess we'll find out. Jumped right off the bridge there. But yeah, it's quite nice just how far emulators have come, that I can just play this right on the PC. I do own the copy, I do own a Wii U, but this way I can adjust it to look more like the GameCube. I believe it's 1080p native, but I'm not actually positive of that. You can increase the resolution if you want. You could be able to make it 4K. I don't have a 4K monitor, so wouldn't make a huge difference for me. But at any rate, it's very pretty. I don't think you lose any of the fidelity on the Wii U. I could be wrong. And if you do, it's not something I noticed. Anyway, I said I knew what I wanted to spend that money on, and here it is, Beetle's Shop Ship. We'll go in and let Beetle introduce himself. Oh! This guy's great. And if you notice, or if you recognize Beetle from any of the later games, he's in Skyward Sword, he's in Breath of the Wild. This is his first appearance. This is where Beetle comes from, as far as I know. I could be actually wrong about that. He might be in some form in Twilight Princess as well. But I don't actually know about that. I'm gonna buy one Ahoy pair. 10 rupees. And you can use this to take control of seagulls, exactly. So any island where you see a bunch of seagulls flying around, you put the Ahoy pair, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I'm tripping over my words. You put it on your head, a seagull comes, gobbles it up, and then you take control of the seagull. Which blew my mind as a 10-year-old child. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I think there are like legitimate uses for it, but not very many. I'm gonna buy up a bunch of bait. There's a few things you can do with bait. Was that 30 coins? Wow. I didn't realize they were, I just called them coins, by the way, they're rupees. I didn't realize that was so expensive. Either way, bait is very useful. It's what you use to map out the Great Sea, which seems a little weird, but it'll make sense later, I promise. Have to walk around this. Hey there, Snot-Nose. My grandmother was calling for me, and so was my mom. So his mom is, the pig lady. I probably shouldn't call her pig lady, but the lady I gave the pigs to. And my grandmother is right in here. Where are you, Grandma? I think you're up here. So I really do like the outfit Link starts in this game. It's really cool, it's different, it gives kind of a new aesthetic to the series, that you get to wear blue, orange pants, which is an aesthetic later repeated by Breath of the Wild, interestingly. But in this game, they don't commit to the aesthetic, they give Link the classic green clothes here. Basically, they say that once boys reach a certain age, it was a tradition that they would start wearing like green clothes, like the hero of Legend. but it's a tradition no longer held up by everyone, so Link feels a little bit silly. Like he's, you know, wearing something goofy, a weird costume. But here we are. Now we're looking just like the Link from Legend. I should have just named my character Link. I don't know why I named it Dylan. It's always a little weird seeing these characters call me Dylan. And she's just sent me off to go fetch Errol so we can have soup for the birthday or something. So, Errol is going to be back on Errol's Lookout, where we started the game. Which is, when you think about it, a really interesting place that you start the game. Is just on that lookout, and that's like the, you know, like you think of iconic starting places, like in the original Legend of Zelda, how you start outside that cave, and there's 3 different paths. In Windwaker, there's your starting location. The entire game starts off from that point on the lookout. Which you think, like, when you're developing a game, that's gotta be something you put a lot of thought into, that first impression. So it's interesting that it's out on the end of this dock. It's interesting that it's got a big ladder that you'll take a little bit of damage from if you just jump off. I guess it does teach you early on about climbing ladders. Teaches you early on about the swimming, because you'll probably, especially if you're not used to a 3D movement, you'll probably fall off the dock into the water and have to swim to the shore. Ahoy, big brother. I am way too hot in these clothes. I'm a hot topic. Everyone's making me close my eyes and hold up my hands. And she's giving me her telescope. Adorable. Thank you, little sister. My Umuto. I do like it. Thank you, Errol. So, I don't get the benefit of using the touchscreen on the Wii U, but it's not so bad. I'll put this on X. I will look around. So right stick to look around, and left stick to zoom in. And I'm looking at the mailbox here. And that guy is a new race for this game. He's been reused in a couple other games, but from this game he was entirely brand new, and he's a Rito. I'm looking up in the sky, and there's a big, very big bird. I'll just let this cutscene play out. I like the music. That's always looked like a fake hit to me. Like one of those Hollywood hits where you punch right by the face rather than hit dead on. And whoever that girl was, she just fell into the forest. Errol thinks I need something to defend myself with. You know, more than the telescope I'm holding here. I think I could knock some sense into the bird with the telescope. So, to get something to defend myself with, I'm gonna have to go visit someone that I probably, in an organic playthrough, would have came and visited before I went to my grandma. But for now, I know where to go. And it's just under Megamind's little balcony up there. Megamind. And we're gonna go visit Orca. Ahoy, Orca. Rolled right by ya. What is the matter, Dylan? You have an urgent look about you. Has something happened? Whatever it is, from the look on your face, I suspect it is no laughing matter. No laughing matter. What say you, Dylan? Ah, have you come for some serious instruction in the way of the sword? Yes, sir. Aye, aye, Captain. The swordplay is really fun, but really shallow in this game. You just kind of wail on people till they die. Sorry, how is horizontal slice? Right, I can't be targeting for it. There we go. So a lot of it is just button mashing. Now he wanted me to not target him there, but the entire game I'll be targeting, essentially. It's just easier to keep swinging in the right direction without having to think about it. Next comes the thrust, you know. Just alone with this old man practicing my thrusting. Fine, whatever, man. Is that a good enough thrust for you? I think he wanted me to hold it, but I'd rather just do the spin, like spin the joystick, than do whatever. So there's a lot of context-sensitive attacks. Well, there's one context-sensitive attack. It takes many flavors. Where you just wait for them to be about to attack, and then you press the A button. And you'll do a little spin move, go around whatever they're swinging at you, and get a nice hit in on them. Thank you, Orca. So Orca has entrusted his little blade down to me. It's infused with the desire to become strong and righteous. Be strong, Dylan. Oh, that's very cool. Orca's a good character. Depending on how, I probably won't go for 100% completion, but Orca's use isn't done yet. I can come back to him later. And he'll teach me a cool little sword method. I believe in this game it's only the one thing he teaches you. It's not like a Twilight Princess where you are learning this catalog of sword moves as the game goes on. And as a nice little detail, there's the pirate ship. And I think, if I do this, you can even see the pirates aboard. They're talking amongst themselves. Very nice. Pretty sure that was in the original as well, but I could be wrong. It's interesting, same platform as Breath of the Wild, but on Breath of the Wild, you use the Y button to swing your sword. And this one gets moved to the... Well, it's the more traditional Zelda B button. But the B button on a Wii U controller, on a Switch controller, is on the bottom. Whereas on the N64, on the GameCube, it was more to the left. Sort of bottom left. And there's the forest. So I'm going to cross this bridge, go help Errol. Jump across this, please don't fall. Perfect. Yeah. I always find the input for doing a quick slash, like a quick spin, it's a little awkward, but it seems to work okay here. There's Errol. She got caught by a tree branch. I mean, not Errol. Sorry. There's the girl we saw earlier. And here's a little Bokoblin, which I really like the design for in this game. There's one thing I didn't like about Breath of the Wild, is the Bokoblin designs are just, I don't know, boring. They've got so much character in this game. Little like upturned noses, very sharp features, when like everything else is a little bit round. And here come two more. It's not like they're any kind of like interesting enemies. Speaking of Breath of the Wild, they do kind of pioneer a lot of the behavior that Breath of the Wild will later come to use. Like, you won't see it here, but later on, there are weapons they can pick up and start using against you. They react to their environment a lot more than any Zelda enemy had up till this point, which I think is really cool. There's a lot that Breath of the Wild learned from Windwaker, I think. You know, not only that, but like the way exploration is handled. You know, it's a little less of a straight shot than Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask, where the art style is a lot more stylized and vibrant. It's a really great game. It's a shame that it's so obviously unfinished. The first half of it, well, I should say the first quarter of it, doesn't really suffer for it, but later on you really start noticing how rushed it was. And what's just happened here is that we rescued Tetra, but Tetra wasn't really paying any mind to us. Her pirate friend came and she's like, alright, let's just go, let's get back to the ship. them like, whatever. I got my sister, no big deal. And Errol's always surrounded by seagulls. That's kind of her thing. You can tell she's around when there's like a bunch of seagulls. And now we get reunited on the bridge and nothing bad happens. It is such a cool scene. It just says so much about Link. The way he just sword out, bang, run. Who gives a shit? And right off the cliff. Look man, when Arrow's in trouble, you just go after the bird. What are wings? Who cares about flying? Oh, poor Link. Poor Dylan, I guess. I named him Dylan. What? Nani? We're pirates, you know, pirates. The terror of the seas. What do we get out of bringing some helpless little kid along with us? I'll tell you what we get, a headache. I know how you must feel with your sister having been kidnapped and all. That doesn't really have anything to do with us now, does it? And how do you figure that? Whoa, whoa, whoa there, just who are you? Where do you get off butting in on someone else's conversation? Please, all I mean to say is that if you big bad pirates hadn't come to this quiet little island, that poor girl wouldn't have been snatched away by that bird. And just what do you mean by that? Just be quiet for a moment and I'll tell you. Now, as my work entails delivering letters, I spend much of my time traveling amongst the different islands. As a result, I hear many things. Haven't any of you heard word that young girls have been getting kidnapped lately from all regions of the Great Sea? No matter. Whether you've heard it or not, that seems to be the case. Young girls with long ears like yours have been getting kidnapped, never to be seen again. And unless my eyes fail me, the young girl who was just kidnapped from this island also has long ears, does she not? Much like you do, Miss Fearsome Pirate. My point is that the bird mistook that poor girl for you, and that's why it grabbed her. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it was young Dylan here who saved you from the monsters in the forest, wasn't it? Is this true? Oh, and while I'm at it, I may as well tell you that bird that kidnapped you and both you and Dylan's sister has made its foul nest to the north, on the heights of the Forsaken Fortress. The Forsaken Fortress? Isn't that the place where Dylan's age is... So, what are you going to do? Under the circumstances, I don't think it would be unreasonable for you to give Dylan a little help, now would it? I don't need you to tell me that. Even if I were to consider it, I'm just going to skip through the rest of it. Basically, Forsaken Fortress is where rival pirates to her have always taken up camp. But she won't let me go along with them unless I have a shield as well. Now, where did we see a shield earlier? It was in Link's grandmother's house up here. But we'll grab the shield. Should be easy. Oh good, the grandmother's down here. Let's just not tell her anything. Let's not worry her, you know? We don't want to like make a big deal about leaving. Oh, shield's gone. Let's see if we can sneak out. Don't want to make a big deal. Grandma, could I have that shield? The one you're holding, please? Please? Everything's okay. Is this what you're looking for? Aww. Take it with you. I got the hero's shield. It's said to be used by the legendary hero himself. I wonder if this is like the Kokiri's shield? No, this is the one. Interesting, it looks like the one that Link had with him in Majora's Mask, rather than the one that he had with him in Ocarina of Time. It's definitely not wooden, it doesn't burn or anything. I guess it is true. Aero really has been kidnapped, hasn't she? What kind of monster could take such a sweet young child? Hey Grandma, I'm gonna get Errol back. You hang tight, alright? Don't move. Alright, we got the shield, and we're looking like the hero of time here. So let's head the fuck out. Go kill some pirates. Wow, that's a decrepit old shield. Are you sure you can use that thing? Are you gonna get splinters and cry? Well, whatever. If you're ready, then let's go. Are you ready? Hell yeah. This is so hype. I fucking love this scene. Bang. Just hitting that gong. And everyone's waving bye to me. Good luck, Dylan. Good luck finding Errol. Take care of yourself. See you later, guys. I'll be back in a hot minute. And there's Grandma. What a sweetheart. Don't you worry, Grandma. I'm out on the sea to fuck bitches and find Errol. Ugh, how much longer is this gonna go on? Do you think? Do you have an estimate? Are you sure you shouldn't just quit right now? Seriously, think about it. I can tell you're just gonna get more sentimental from here on out. There's still time, you know. Are you sure we shouldn't just turn around and take you back to your island? You fucking bitch. You don't know me. Dylan, listen kid, you can't just stand around on deck. You'll get in everyone's way. I've told Nico to look after you. So let's go see Nico. Nico's below deck. And basically, before we came along, Nico was the bottom of the food chain. But now, good day for Nico, because I'm here. And now he's not the bottom anymore. He is an absolute top now. Oh, well now, ahoy there, Swabby. As of today, I am your superior, Nico. Now, I promise I'll go easy on you, so you do as I say, okay? Right now. Right. Now, first off, you have to take the test. Now all new pirates have to take. It's a bit of a doozy, so get ready. You watch everything I'm about to show you real careful like, so you can cram it into your no doubt mushy swabby brain. First off, you gotta press the switch. This is the only easy part. Just walk up to it and tilt left trigger to step on it. Presto! Switch prestoed. He's about to make a great sound. That one's too far, so now you gotta jump on a lantern. If you jump right at the rope, you can grab onto it and use left trigger to swing. Now what's great, in the original game, once you're on a lantern, if you wanted to switch your swing direction, you'd have to stop swinging, then turn the way you want to turn, and then start swinging again. It was super obnoxious. I'm gonna do it once the classic way, just so you see like what we had to put up with in the year 2000 and whatever. Herda! Alright, I'll show you. So you'd have to stop, move this way, and then start swinging. Stop, move this way, start swinging. These days, thankfully, it's a lot easier. You can just turn mid-swing whenever you want. Tried to be pretty slick, but I definitely missed the other rope. I'll just do it the right way. Let me put all the platforms down, put them up again. That way I'm not operating on a too short of a timer. Come on, there you go. So, we're gonna do one of these, one of these. Don't want to be too far into the arc there, I'll go too far. Or I'll go too far, I should say. For the reason I'm doing these videos, I want to learn not to slur my words so much, which I do so much, it is just criminal. This way I'm kind of forced to think about what I'm saying, 'cause then I gotta go into the editor and listen to my dumb voice speak for an hour. Hey there, Nico. Easy peasy. Oh, Nico, you're proud of me. He's like the dad I don't have, apparently. Just the grandma. Parents died. Who knows why. It is never referenced. You just have a grandma, and that's the end of it. And Nico, as a reward, he wasn't expecting me to get it done so fast. He's giving me this. Some secret pirate treasure. A bag. You know. The kind of thing you keep in a gold treasure chest. And now we've arrived at Forsaken Fortress. Which, you haven't seen the map yet, but that is clear across the ocean. So this ship, it hauls anus. There's Tetra's room up here. And none of the pirates are allowed in it. Nico's test was very hard. I expected it to take me years. The young miss waiting above. Hey boy. Hey, don't call me Shrimp.
Yep. Come on.
Hey Tetra. Yeah, her name is Tetra. I thought I got it wrong again. And as we climb, we will get a nice view of the Forsaken Fortress. And a big old bird up on top. No, never. Well, whatever. There's something you need to see. Have a look over there. That's the cursed isle known as the Forsaken Fortress. And there's some seagulls. And there's a big seagull. The biggest seagull of all. That is probably where they've got Arrow locked up. The seagull's lover. But how are we gonna get over there? It's a conundrum. I can't think of anything. How can you launch yourself from one place straight to another without being seen? I like how the implication is they put him in the barrel, put him up on the catapult, all without him having like any idea of what was happening. Like this is where he's just now realizing what's happened. Alright, launch me over, Dad. Launch me true. Right through the window. Bye. And straight through the window. Nope. We were close. Next time. Just need to get back to the ship and have him launch me again. This time we'll get it. Dang. That was a big frame drop. Yeah, it doesn't like those water particles. They dropped 10 frames both times that happened. Both times that happened. Excuse me. And here we are at the Forsaken Fortress. With no sword. We lost our sword up there. Hell yeah. And here we got a little talking stone. Heh, I slipped a stone into your pocket just before we fired you over there. It's no ordinary stone either. I can see what you're doing through the stone, and obviously you can hear me through it. So if you see A, you'd better press that button. I put the stone in your quest status screen. But hey, listen carefully. I need this back after you save your sister, so don't go losing it, you understand? Alright then, down the brass tacks. The courtyard is awash with searchlights, so they'll see you right away if you just go charging in. Better think it through. It's interesting, she doesn't say at any point that that's Tetra, but you get that sense just because it plays a little, like, jingle of her voice when you pull out the stone. Kind of like the old "Hey, listen" from Navi. So, our goal in Forsaken Fortress. We're gonna go through to all the rooms, and as we go along, we are going to be disabling these searchlights. And here's where you'll see like the bokoblins exhibiting some of the same behavior as their Breath of the Wild counterparts. Because you see, much like in Breath of the Wild, I don't currently have a sword on me, so I've got to scavenge for a weapon. There are some that jar, but the other thing I can do is he's going to take a swing at me here, and if I parry it, oh, well I thought if I parried it, then his weapon would go flying, but I might be wrong. Okay, I am wrong. What I'll do instead, take this jar full of sticks, take that, and now I've got a new weapon. And this was very unlike Zelda games at the time, where you kind of found an item and you were fixed with that for the rest of the game. Or until you found a new item, you know. So now that I've killed him, the searchlights aren't being activated anymore. They've got to have someone at this panel currently using them. So when they're not being activated like that guy is over there, they just point right up in the air. I think there's an invisible wall here, but I'm going to try it anyway. Yep, invisible wall. But I think what I can do, if I go this way, then it puts me nearby as long as I get past a little scary guy in here. Yep, this guy freaks the shit out of me. Not hard to get away from, but if you don't know he's coming, that can be a scary moment. So I'm gonna head on up here. And I think over here is another one of the searchlights. There are 3 in total. Yes, sir. So I'm gonna do much the same thing. I'm gonna go find that jar full of sticks, throw it at him, and then I'll have my very own weapon. Hello there. Uh-oh, that didn't go well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not going so well. Noticing a couple of frame drops here, unfortunately. Oh, is it the death animation? The little clouds there. Well, I hope not, because that does play quite a bit through the game. Anyway, I've gotten that one, so now I'm going to go back on the regular track, because the next one is right over here. And I believe in general this is the way I should be going now. So we'll keep an eye out for more frame drops. If there are, then I might need to, not sure, decrease the resolution to 720. Maybe postpone this till the Balkan back end. We'll play it by ear, see what happens. Not the right way. So I can get to the searchlight this way, but I believe when it comes to, no, okay, I think this will work. We'll see. There's a little shortcut up there that I can unlock. Man, I'm having trouble speaking. Once I've been playing for a while, I get a little bit, tired, but I would like to, finish, Forsaken Fortress, for this part before I move on. So a little bit about the, what I'm planning on doing with this channel. I'd like to have a 3 videos a week type thing. One's gonna be emulator, something on emulator. It doesn't have to be a Zelda game, doesn't have to be a Nintendo game, but just anything emulated on the PC. I think it's gonna be an interesting thing to play. Kind of show off what you can do. Even on, you know, not terrific hardware. I have a good desktop, but it's not like terrific or anything. So this is definitely like middle end, especially now in 2019. I think I bought all the parts for this back in 2016 perhaps. So it's been a while. But runs it just fine. CEMU especially is very well optimized now. There's a little shortcut that I can open up now, and I believe that's going to make things easier when I eventually come back. Spoiler alert. I think you have to come back at least once, maybe twice. Let me just go down here and complete the shortcut. There we are. Now I can climb on top of this box and climb the ladder right back up. I think Forsaken Fortress is an interesting setting for the first dungeon, but it really doesn't play out like a traditional Zelda dungeon, because it's much more kind of sneaking around. You don't find any new items in here. You don't really solve puzzles. It's just kind of entirely stealth based. If he turns around, I'll have to drop the barrel, but I think I managed to get by him on a... I happened to get by him when he was completely going the other direction. Normally, if he sees you, you'll have a second to stop moving. Link will drop the barrel over him, and the guard will lose suspicion. Which is something, funnily enough, I had a lot of trouble with as a kid. But as an adult, it's like the most cookie-cutter stealth section of all time. It's like almost silly how easy it is to get by these guys. Like, I'm just gonna not make any attempt to go around them. And he has completely lost sight of me. Just has no idea I'm here. And now it's just a matter of waiting for him to move on. Which might take more time than I had given him credit for. But there he goes. I like his headgear. It always looks vaguely Egyptian to me. That might be a weird thing to say. That's just the way it seems to me. This window looks so much like you can go inside it, but you cannot. Just an invisible wall there. So around here is where, if you hadn't disabled one or more of the searchlights, is where you'd be getting seen, because there's a searchlight over here. And here, I'm going against the wall and pressing A to sidle, which I always thought said slide as a kid, because I was probably, like, vaguely dyslexic. But apparently sidle is a real word, and it means to slide against the wall. Actually, I don't know what it means, but I assume it means something similar to sliding against a wall. So we'll sidle our way over here, and we are getting close to the end of Forsaken Fortress, and therefore close to the end of part 1. That means I can stop tripping over my words. Go work on a Java assignment I have to do today. Hell yeah. There's our sword. It's gonna outwardly celebrate. And before this guy chops me several new assholes, I'm gonna roll over here, grab my sword. Oh, let's wait for one of these. There we go. That is the power of the context-sensitive parry. He's gonna go over here, grab his sword again, and we're just gonna wait for him to attack us. Because I do like the animation on this. But now it's enough messing around. Finish that. Now that time I didn't get a performance decrease, but it could have been because I was in a cutscene. So, now we get to rescue Errol, and there's one thing off our checklist. We don't have to worry about Errol anymore. We'll send her home, she'll be safe and sound, and the rest of the game can just be free open exploration, no sense of urgency, no personal stake, just a nice comfy sailing game. Hey there, Errol. I'll come let you out. Come on, Grandma misses you. It's time to send you home. Is that a seagull? Oh boy. And here comes the first boss fight of the game. And I just lost. Damn. Well, I'll get him next time. This is cool. I really like the aesthetic up here of where our main villain is hiding. Because spoiler alert, We are about to meet the main villain for the first time. Hiding in half a ship that's been perched atop the Forsaken Fortress. And there he is. We won't get a clear look at him yet, but that is the bad guy. And we've been sent off to sea. Thank God we landed on our back, and we are a very buoyant boy. Dylan! Dylan! Wake up, Dylan! Pull yourself together, Dylan! Someone rescued us on a boat. Whose boat is this? Did I startle you? I suppose it's only natural. As wide as the world is, I am the only boat upon it who can speak the words of men. I am the king of red lions. Do not fear, I am not your enemy. Dylan, I have been watching you since you went to the Forsaken Fortress to rescue your sister. I understand how your desire to protect your sister could give you the courage to fearlessly stand up to anything. But such a bold attempt was foolhardy, you dumb idiot. I suppose you saw him, the shadow that commands that monstrous bird. His name is Ganondorf. He who obtained the power of the gods, attempted to cover the land in darkness, and was ultimately sealed away by the very power he hoped to command. He is the very same Ganon, the Emperor of the Dark Realm, the ancient legends speak of. I do not know why the seal of the gods have failed, but now that Ganon has returned, the world is once again being threatened by his evil magic. Tell me, Dylan, do you still wish to save your sister from him? Hell yeah. And will you do anything to save her? Hell the fuck yes. I see. In that case, I shall guide you as we go forward, advising you on what you should do and where you must go. Ganon cannot be defeated by human hands, let alone by what little strength you possess. The key to defeating Ganon is locked away in a great power that you can wield only after much toil and hardship. Do you understand? Yeah. In that case, we depart to the Great Sea. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This is actually a bit embarrassing for me to admit, but although I'm indeed a boat that possesses the power of speech, I possess no sail, and I can't get an erection. And a boat with no sail can sail no seas. I brought you to the far to the east of the dark gates of Forsaken Fortress. On this island is a town of merchants who deal in a wide variety of goods. If you search hard enough, surely you can find one who will sell you a sail. I'm sorry to ask this of you, but without a sail, I will be useless to you. The island of merchants is home to many valuable goods. The information they provide you with may come in handy during your endeavors at sea. So listen carefully to them. But remember, there's no time to play. Come back here immediately, as soon as your errands are done. And now we are on Windfall Island, which has a great soundtrack, and is just one of the comfiest places in gaming history. Windfall Island, hell yeah. But this is where I'm going to cut it off for now. We've done Outset Island, we've done Forsaken Fortress, starting this new series. The third one I'm starting on this channel. I think it went pretty well. I noticed a few performance hits, but hopefully they're kept to a minimum throughout the game. You wouldn't have noticed any shader cache compiling issues because I played through this part before, so all those shaders should be loaded. Something I love about this game is you can see the islands in the distance. That was really great for the time. There's another one over there. But yeah, for now, hope you guys are having a good Monday, I believe is going to be when I release this. Yeah, I'll talk to all the characters later. But for now, this is the end. Enjoy your Monday, enjoy your week, and I'll see you next time.